Hey guys, what's going on? For London here. You guys know what to do. As always, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Let's move on to today's video. So starting off, we could be seeing Chelsea improve their defence quite considerably with this deal. Exclusive, Chelsea turn attention to shock move to sign Man City star. And you might have heard about this one. It is in fact about John Stones. And he's basically been put on he's been discussed internally by the club's recruitment team, and he is on their list of targets. So whether that means, we're definitely getting him, no. He's on the list of a few different players that we're probably going to be looking at signing. But it says here, it's unlikely City would get anywhere near to the 50 million this summer for a player who is not in the regular side, despite his pedigree and top-level experience. He's been a fringe player all season, despite the loss of Vincent Kompany last summer, and the club not replacing him. And he's had a few injury issues this season, so his value's dropped basically. If we take a look at his transfer market sort of page, he is valued at 32 million, which is not a lot of money at all, considering John Stones was with Man City to, as you can see, win 2 Premier Leagues. He's won an FA Cup, 3 Carabao Cups. 2 Community Shields. He's a well-decorated player in the Premier League, and he's heading into his prime years. He's 26 years old, 1.88 meters tall. He's decently tall for a centre back, not huge by any means, but a decent height. And as you can see, he can play both centre back and a little bit of right back. And his value, we can check here. Like you can see, his value is like 36 million, boosting up to 50, 54, and has plummeted down since like December. So he's definitely not worth what he was. His contract runs out in 2022, so there is, Man City can afford to keep him, but if then he's not in their plans, and it'd probably be in their best interest to sell now. And taking a look at his statistics this season, and as I said, 26, heading into his sort of prime years. If he can stay fit, he could be solid. But this season in the Premier League, 12 appearances with 4 extra as a substitute, and a 6.68 average rating, so not ideal. Champions League was a bit better, but he only came off as a sub and played 49 minutes there, so kind of hard to judge him on this season. His strengths, he's very good at passing, concentration is strong, can be a little weak in the tackle at times, which is obviously a problem from centre-back. Style of plays, he likes to play short passes and does not dive into tackles. And then here you can see his recent games really hasn't featured all that much for City. And, a lot of these are sub-appearances. You can see here, here, and here. Sub-appearances, so he's not a starting centre-back at City by any means. His value's gone down. Are Chelsea going to pick this guy up? I think it's possible. He would improve our defence. He's a good ball-playing defender. He's quite composed, even though we have seen glimpses of him making some big mistakes. I would take it. I think he's better than some of our defence. As I said, I think he upgrades our defence. But the injury issues do worry me. It's something I'd definitely be worried about if we brought him on board, in that, okay, this is our big centre-back that we're signing this year, and then he goes and gets injured in training and he's not staying fit throughout the whole season, and we've got another season of swapping between Kurt Zouma, Rudiger, Christensen, all that sort of stuff. So I'm iffy on it, but if we did sign him, I would be happy. Let me know what you guys think of this one. I think most people would sort of agree that he improves our defense when he's fit and he's playing at his best, but the injuries worry a lot of people. So let me know what you think. And next, we have got some Kai Havertz news, and it seems like every video we're talking about Kai Havertz, but this one's a little different. There's Simon Phillips, who is, he generally reports on other people's reports, but he generally gets a lot of this, stuff fairly reliable and right. But on this one, he's come out with his own news and says, "Don't really like to do the whole in the know thing, but I'm reliably told that Kai is done and will be confirmed when the season is over." So he's saying this deal is actually finished. This deal has been completed, and I guess when the season's over, and then further down, aka after Wolves or after the FA Cup, and he says when our season is fully over. So that could mean, after the Champions League in August, which is a long time to wait. I don't think we would wait that long. It could mean Premier League and domestic competitions, which would be after the FA Cup game. But then you've got contradicting reports. He says here, the Kai news I tweeted, the players have literally been told it's done. That's good enough for me. If others have different news, then so be it. I'm not here to argue or doubt anyone else. I just know what I believe. So he's in the players have been told. And then people are asking in the replies, do you mean Chelsea players or Leverkusen players? And I don't think there's been a definitive answer on that yet. But he's saying basically the players have been told it's done. But then, a twist to the tale. This guy comes in and says, no agreement on a fee has been sorted by Leverkusen and Chelsea for the transfer of Kai Havertz. People always jump the gun to be first. Things are very promising, but it's not done. And Matt Law, who is a actual journalist, very, very reliable when it comes to Chelsea stuff usually, he says, I concur, which is basically, I agree. So he's sort of saying that, this deal actually hasn't been done, and it's looking good, and it's probably gonna happen, but it's not definite. He says it's looking very positive, but it's not done yet. So basically, we're in the middle of two situations here. One guy's saying it's been done, the players have been told this deal's pretty much in the bag, and then there's another set of reporters that maybe are a little more reliable saying it's not quite done. So an iffy one for us fans, because we're trying to decide who do we believe. Personally, I would probably edge on the side of Matt Law, just because he is more reliable, I would guess. So I would be under the assumption that the deal is progressing very well. It's just going to be agreeing a fee, but it hasn't actually been completed yet. So of course today we have a massive game against Wolves. It's a draw at minimum, a win or a draw gets us through, and then if we do lose the game, then we need Man United to beat Leicester. And that's pretty much the situation. Hopefully, we see it out and we're all good, we get the win, we don't have to rely on anyone, but it's going to be a tense day. All games are kicking off at 4 PM UK time, so we're going to be literally watching this Chelsea game. I'm going to have the United game up on my other screen, and I'm just going to be praying that I guess United win, or if we're in the lead, then Leicester start winning, so it kicks United out of the top four. I don't know. But we're going to get into my match preview, and in goal, I'm going to be going with Willy Caballero, who might be a surprise to some people, but realistically after Kepa's performance, I think most people would agree on that, although definitely some people are going to say we need to just keep Kepa in this game for the sake of solidity. But no, I think Caballero starts this one for me. Of course, I am going with the 4-3-3, I guess, but one as a CDM in there. But on the right back position, I'm torn on this one, because I really think someone like Marcos Alonso could be key in this game, which would make Aspi on this side, but I am going to go with Reece James for this one on the right back role. Hopefully he has a good game, he's been pretty solid recently. Then on the left side, I'm going to be going with Cesar Azpilicueta. Hopefully he can do the job on that side. I know he's definitely stronger on the right because of his crossing and such, but I think we're going to need him as, leadership on the pitch for sure, and Reece James's crosses are going to be key. So then for the two centre-backs, I'm so torn between Christensen or Rudiger. Zuma is going to be the other one, so I might as well throw that one in now. I am very much torn between it, but I am going to be going with Antonio Rudiger on the right side. I normally think I would have picked Christensen in this scenario, but something's telling me Rudiger is just going to be able to do the job and get us out. And oh my luck, he's going to go and score an own goal now that I've said that. But in the CDM role, I'm going to be bringing Kante back into the mix. Frank said basically he's not entirely fit. He's been training, he's back with the guys, but he's probably not entirely 100% fit, so he'll be touch and go up until the game whether Kante's going to play. If not, then I guess you play Kovacic in this position. And then for me, I'm going to be going with Mason Mount to slot in at the left side of the centre mids. I think that makes sense. His pressing is very key, we need him in the team, and I think it makes sense. Now on the right side, I'm going to be going with Kovacic. I could see Barkley starting. I really would not be too surprised if Barkley starts for his. He's a goal threat, he can go forward and score, whereas Kovacic not so much. But I think Kovacic will help us control the midfield a little more. Then on the left side, I'm of course going to be going with Christian Pulisic. Hopefully he has an outstanding game today and really tears Wolves a new one and just gets a goal and an assist. And let's just go for a Christian Pulisic hat-trick, that'd be lovely. On the right side, I'm very torn between Willian or Callum Hudson-Odoi for this one, because Willian has definitely been good since the Project Restart, or whatever it's been called. He's been solid, but at the same time, Callum looked really good and impactful off the bench, and Willian looked really tired. So for this one, I'm going for Callum Hudson-Odoi on the right side, and I would absolutely understand if Willian starts this one, because of his, sort of consistency since the restart, but he has looked a little bit tired, and I think Callum and then bringing Willian off the bench to have, his work rate and his pace coming off, I think would be solid. And then up in front, I'm going to be going with Olivier Giroud up front. The big Frenchman, going to get another goal, and hopefully help us see us out to get a win. Fingers crossed, or a draw, worst case scenario. Definitely not worst case scenario. Worst case scenario is we lose and Leicester win and we end up bottling top 4, which I really, really hope we don't do. So as a score prediction for this game, I think that team will see us through, in all fairness. It's solid. I hope Kante's fit, because he needs to be on it, and defensively needs to sort of cover that back line. We've got a lot of attacking threat going forward. Callum looks strong off the bench against Liverpool. Pulisic, obviously always a threat. Giroud scoring goals for fun at the moment. Mason Mount for his press, Kovacic for his dribbling ability to progress the ball forward, Kante to defend the back line. Zuma going to have to be dominant in the air again today, and probably going to have to be quite quick against Jimenez. Aspi and Reece James whipping their crosses in, and of course defensively solid. And Caballero in goal is going to have a lot to prove, so I think he's probably going to, I'm hoping he's going to be up for this game and really make some good saves for us if needed. Hopefully we can keep them to 0 shots on target. But a score prediction for this one, Wolves are going to be gunning for us. They're going to be gunning to try and get the win in this game, and obviously we need it as well, but I think we might be able to win this game 2-0 is going to be my score prediction. I'd bag Pulisic to get a goal, maybe even Callum and Giroud. I'd probably throw, any of the front three, I think, are capable of getting a goal for us in this game. Going to be a tense one, of course. I'll have a match review out, so it's either going to be joyous, happiness, because we managed to secure top 4 in Champions League football, or I am going to be down in the dumps and absolutely gutted that we've bottled it. But either way, hopefully we get the points. It'll be a good game, all that good stuff. So that's going to be the end of this video, guys. If you did enjoy, be sure to leave a like, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I'll catch you in the next one. Goodbye.